They have that grit, right? They have the grit where they've came in and they've worked their tail off, so they get it.
Yeah.
But I think that, so I think those potential sellers, people that are willing to carry that same work ethic into wholesale will have massive success. But the people who just want that easy button, they're gonna.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com, coming back to you with another video here in Corbin, Kentucky with Mr. Dan Meadors. And Dan's been, he started with eBay. He did retail arbitrage on Amazon, going to Walmart's, Targets. What other crazy stuff did you do before?
We did private label, ran a retail business, made our website with My Little Pony collectibles. Seriously, we've run the gamut on everything e-commerce. Before that, I worked at a business that sold off of its own website, doing $20 million a year in collectible card games. So e-commerce has literally been my life since college.
And you know what's crazy though? You mentioned a $20 million business. You've done over $22 million in sales with wholesale.
Yep.
So he does wholesale. That's his business model right now. And there's a lot of people who they're selling on eBay, they're thrifting, they're garage selling, they're doing retail arbitrage, they're doing private label, right? We've all heard of it. But something that's been working out with a lot of people who I know, and yourself specifically, is you're making a bunch of money with wholesale. But people are wondering, they're like, is it still worth starting a wholesale business? Is it growing? Are the fees getting too high? Is there too much competition? Is it really worth starting a wholesale business in 2019? And that's what we're going to talk about. So we're going to walk and talk a little bit and kind of cover, I guess, some of the things. So let's talk to the new seller right now. They're selling on eBay, or maybe they're doing retail arbitrage and they're like, you know what, I want something that's more scalable. I want something I don't have to worry about restrictions being gated off. I want something that the products come to me. I want something where, I could have predictable income, so on and so forth. Is it worth it in 2019? Your honest opinion, or is it way harder?
Absolutely, 100%. I think it is still the best opportunity to get started selling online.
Okay.
Here's the thing. There are other models successful, yes. But they have all the same issues, right? Like you talk about eBay, right? Is eBay more competitive than it was 4 or 5 years ago? Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Like retail arbitrage, not only is it more competitive with more sellers, but beyond that, now they have restrictions, they have gating issues. They have so many issues that they have to deal with, right? Like with wholesale, all of those problems are just streamlined, right? Like with gating. For example, I can just go ahead, get invoices, get ungated, continue moving and selling and making money, right? The same thing's true with restrictions. Like, can go ahead, get unrestricted on a product, start carrying that product and making money. That opportunity exists. And here's the thing is, most people don't realize, has it got more competitive on Amazon? Absolutely.
On the internet in general, it's become more competitive.
Why? Because people love being their own boss.
But there's more and more people coming on the internet and spending money every single day.
Exactly. And that's what most people aren't thinking about. Is has it got more competitive? Yes. Are there more people than have ever existed spending money online? Yes.
Yeah.
Like Amazon, since I've been selling, Amazon has more than doubled. You know what that means? My market share, or my potential people that I'm selling to, has more than doubled. So that in and of itself creates a ton of opportunity, right? Like having more people to sell to is a huge opportunity. Now the same thing, like barrier to entry, $2,000 to get started. Realistically, and that's not a.
We just shot a video about that.
Right. That's a real figure that people can get started in a business. Name another business outside of like retail arbitrage and thrifting where that's possible. A pizzeria.
A lot of us eBay sellers and thrifters, we have this skewed view of what it's like to start a business.
Yeah, and it's because of that limited barrier to entry, right? But that same limitation exists in wholesale. It's still very cheap to get started. It's still very easy to get started. It's just, as far as competition goes, look, here's the thing I really think matters, right? How do you win in a market like that? How do you win in a competitive market? Be better than your competition.
Yeah.
Be able to provide more value. Be able to do all of those things. And I think that it's more imperative now that when you get started that you have a plan of action, that you understand, what you're going to be doing going forward. But yes, the opportunity absolutely exists for everybody. Like anybody can get started selling on Amazon and be successful if they're willing to put the work in.
But, there's more people coming out, or there's still products that people can find today, or there's still, and I know you do things a little bit differently.
Sure.
You're not going out and trying to download lists and, hit up distributors and stuff. You do reverse sourcing.
It's kind of crazy because I think if you're involved in that model, that like distributor, wholesaler model, I think it's very tough.
So that's becoming harder and harder. That version of wholesale.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's why. It's just a transactional relationship, right? Like I'm just buying product to sell it. I'm not creating a relationship. I'm not creating long-term value.
Yeah.
But the brands that we focus with, it's kind of funny because you said, are there enough products?
Yeah.
Like over the past year, one of the things that we've been doing is actively terminating brands that have that transactional relationship.
Really?
Like if we didn't have a great relationship with them, we've just been terminating them and focusing on the brands where we had an amazing relationship. And what's happened to our profits?
Got it.
Our profits have went up. And that's like, so yeah, I mean, those opportunities are so abundant to the fact that we were getting rid of them to concentrate on our more established lines.
So who are the people that aren't going to be successful with wholesale right now? Who are the people who it really won't be worth starting?
Sure. No, for us, it's like, it's the people that are honestly that are looking for that like get rich quick or that easy button. Like the easy button doesn't exist. I mean, it does. It takes work, and that's why I think like honestly, like the eBay seller mentality.
Yeah.
Like they have that grit, right? They have the grit where they've came in and they've worked their tail off, so they get it.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that so I think those potential sellers, people that are willing to carry that same work ethic into wholesale, will have massive success. But the people who just want that easy button, they're going to struggle.
And you know what's crazy, man? We're in a world now, 2019, with social media, the internet. There's a lot of noise going on. Kind of like right now, we got a train going by. We got all this noise around us. In the business world, it's the same thing. Everyone's distracted. Everyone's got their hand in 50 different cookie jars. And I feel like after talking to you, and I have a couple of friends of mine who are doing 6-7 figures wholesale, they go in at full force.
Right.
They put all their attention into it.
Right. And it's not just about us making money, right? My goal when I sign up a new account is to be the best possible partner I can be. And how do I do that? It's by learning their needs and delivering, right? So if you're willing to do that, you're willing to work hard, you're willing to go in, diagnose, and just be a general boon to the companies that you work with, wholesale is very alive.
Yeah. So I think right now, honestly, because we're getting towards the end of the video, if people want to learn more about this, I think there's a couple things they could do. One, watch the videos we recorded, because we recorded, I think, another 5 or 6 videos before this. So I'll put some links down below, how to source products, the benefits of getting started, wholesale suppliers.
Sure.
We talked about pretty much everything so far today for free. Also, we have a guide, two free guides. Do you want to share with them about that?
No, I mean, that's the thing is, not only is it possible, it's easy to get started, and that's what these guides do. You have the Wholesale Sourcing 101 guide, and what that is the top level view, that 30,000 foot view of everything in our operation, of how we acquire product down to how we're selling product and kind of repeating that process. So that gives you a great overview and helps you understand the model. And then we have that product sourcing checklist. And we did a video where we went through all those little details, right? But this is that checklist, so you can go through and make sure that you're not making a mistake before you place an order. Then your product's actually going to be good and viable. So, those two things I think are the primary thing that stops people is that whole getting started thing, right? And that's what those two PDFs are designed to do. Is they're designed to help people understand not only the ease of getting started, but how to take those active steps to do it.
Hey, so there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know we got some trains. You want to pan over and show them? We got trains, man. This is real life right now. But like I was saying before, there's a lot of noise in the real world. There's a lot of noise in the business world, but you got to get it done. You got to fight through it and make it happen. And hopefully you guys found value in this video. So if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.